PCT Oregon day 19. In this epic camp spot last night. View of Jefferson. Nice sunrise. Looks like the smoke, which was over there, is kind of slowed down, but it is really hazy if you can see over there. Finished up at, I think, 19.1 miles yesterday to here. Felt good. Didn't get dropped off till 9, so a little bit later start, and still 19.1, so that's really good. Feel good this morning. Slept until the sun came up, and warmed up the whole tent, which that was the first out here. Oh, that felt nice. And actually getting ready when it was warm. I'm probably not going to like that when we're hiking, but getting ready is nice. So, yeah, the plan, well, I don't know. Awali Lake Resort is like 25 miles. I don't know if I quite have 25 in me today. We'll see. I didn't start at 6 like I did before when I did the Elk Lake. 27 miles. So we will see. But if I could get there before 7 is when the store closes, then they'll probably have, I don't think they have food. I mean, I don't think they don't think they have a restaurant. I'd get like a thing of Sprite or Dr. Pepper or something like that. That sounds pretty good. And then there's supposedly a lot of campsites in that area. And that would set me up for a good 3-day into Hood after that, which would be nice. So if I can make it that far, great. If another campsite comes up and I'm feeling tired in the high teen range, then I'll stop there and go into Wally in the morning. I don't plan to stay there, but I do know I think they said there's charger banks too, or plug-ins for a charger, and I could charge one of my batteries there, so I might spend a little time there. So whether it's today or tomorrow, I might spend a little time there just letting things charge fully before the Hood section. So anyway, yeah, that's where I camped last night because it was a little windy when I got up, so I did it by the trees instead of over here. But not bad at all in the night. A few pine needles fell on me, but that was it. New tent is excellent. New pack is excellent. Shoulder straps are a little bit different than my other one, so I switched between my green Osprey. Then I went to my mom's blue Daypack Osprey, and then I went to this one. So I think it's just the switching between straps. My shoulders are like, what's the deal? The only thing I forgot on the Z-Packs is it doesn't have belt pockets. And I'm used to that on both the others, and I carry all my snacks and stuff in there. So the snacks have transitioned to the fanny pack, which makes it a little bit heavier, and that's been kind of annoying. But I don't know that it's worth it. It's like $25-$40 for the upgraded pockets on those straps, and I like my water bottle holder, but getting them on there and then getting them secured is kind of a pain. So I wonder if the Z-Packs side pockets would be the same way. So it's fine for now on the rest of this trip. Maybe something I'll look into in the future if I decide to keep the pack. But tent's nice. It's kind of on an angle last night, so I ended up in the corner of my tent, and you know it in the Z-Packs. In my Z-Packs tent, 'cause it's a one person, so you're like, your face is touching the top of the tent if you start to slide. So you're very well aware of it, but it was fine. I adjusted a couple times, but slept pretty good. So yeah, trails headed down that way. We're gonna skirt Jefferson Park today. At least I can't camp in that area, so I have to be at least out of Jefferson Park. So I haven't looked at the mileage of that, but it would easily be in the teens, and I'd be out. And then we'll see how the terrain is. Hopefully not as much uphill. There's a lot of uphill yesterday. Good breeze for the last portion, so that was nice. In the burn section, hopefully a little bit less burn section would be nice too. We had a lot of that yesterday. But if it's just at least relatively flat, then 25 should be no problem. But I haven't looked at elevation profile, so I have no idea. So it's about, I don't know, 7:30 on the dot right now. So I'm gonna head out and see what we can get done. This is crazy. Got this big clearing up there and down. You can see what kind of, it's like a big old landslide because trees down, trees down, trees down, all the way down there. It's like went on around the corner. Trail's in good shape. So I don't know if it just skipped over or they fixed it since. Excuse me. Anyway, you can see all the down in the lake. There's a bunch of trees down the lake too. It's crazy. Yeah, big old landslide or snow melt or something. Should be about a mile out now from, I think, Mill or Milk Creek. Can't remember, one of the two. Stop there and get water. I passed a bunch of ponds or lakes or whatever, but nothing look fantastic, especially if I know there's a creek coming. It's a reliable one. This is not it. That would be the seasonal creek that was right before it. So, in a pinch, you could get water out of there, but I prefer flowing. Always tastes the best. Always is the coldest. And it must be all glacier melt from Jefferson too. So yeah, a lot of downhill as predicted and hoped for. It's been pretty quick going. Every time I check the mileage, it's not quite as much as I would have hoped. I'm probably just now under 20 miles to Wally Lake, which I think I was at 25 or 26 this morning. So like 7 or 8 miles for the day or something like that. Feels like I got good speed on the downhill, but hard to know. So you got water up, and then do a couple more hours, and then probably stop for lunch. Gonna get my headphones out, put the music in for the second half of the day. Hopefully that helps it not feel as long. It's been a while since I hiked with music, because I'd had my friend with me and then my dad with me, so it'll be a different change. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but that was mildly terrifying. Trail's way down there. So I hiked up the side. Came across from that little rock to there to across. Didn't get wet. But it's the first legit river crossing of any kind that I've had in Oregon. But made it across. go down this way and find the trail. I think I'll dunk my hat real quick because it is hot. I don't know if you can hear me, but I've just been through this gigantic exposed section, burn. It's like more burn to come and a climb right at noon. It's just awful. I couldn't have gone much farther yesterday, and I didn't look on Google Maps to kind of plan for this. So of course it was cool this morning. I had tree cover the first 8 miles or so, and then hit this right at like 10:30. Now noon. It's only going to get hotter, so I'm hoping once I get up and over this ridge, that's the end of the burn, but somehow I doubt it. So I'm good on water, been drinking a ton. I'm gonna dunk my hat here. But yeah, that was legit. Some raging water coming from way up top, the backside of Jefferson. Okay, I don't know if you could hear me down there. Hope you can hear me here. Legit water crossing down there. You can see the trail. It goes down to there. No place to cross in there. So I hiked way up, I think, to there. Jumped across there. Literally had to jump. It was the best place I could see to cross anywhere. It wasn't getting any better anywhere up. It was all the way up top of Jefferson. It's pretty epic. Anyway. But it's just raging. I'm good on water. Dunked my hat, dunked my head. My hand's wet, so I don't know how much longer the burn section goes on for. Just climb through this burn. Clouds starting to move in, but not in the direction of the sun. So moments after I got done filming down there, put the phone away, making sure I'm not dripping or getting any of that wet, because I got it on the outside pocket. And start walking, stand on a pile of rocks. I don't know, probably about 20 or 30 rocks underneath my feet, all start moving at once, on both feet. So I had to jump and move and jump and move, and it's like one of those, like, oh my gosh, if you fall here, twist an ankle, break a leg or whatever, oh my gosh, you're in trouble. So that got the heart, I caught myself, that got the heart beating like crazy. And then not but a minute after that, standing on a rock that felt secure when I stepped on it, and traction, my shoes, is just not what it was at the beginning of the trip. Completely slides out and almost fall face first, caught myself with my hands. I'm like, my gosh, within the space of 5 minutes, like near tragic incidents almost occur. I'm like, I gotta get out of this little valley. And then just finding the trail again, climb out, because everyone's crossed at different points. You can see the trail down there, but no one's crossing there, at least not this late in the day. Maybe earlier in the morning, it's less. So the trail's there, but then it just disappears because not that many people have been taking it. And there's a secondary over some boulders there to get back to the trail. I'm like, I just gotta get to the trail. I don't care if it's uphill and in the sun, safe ground, because down there was dangerous. But epic view up there at the backside of Jefferson. Lots of snow on that side. Doesn't get as much sun. So, more climb, more burn. Kind of afraid to get up there because I feel like I'm gonna turn the corner. It's gonna be like 8 or 9 more ridges of burn section where you're just up and down, up and down, up and down in the burn and exposed. I mean, luckily it's supposedly only a high of 78 today, which we haven't even hit peak hours of heat, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels warm, and with all the uphill. So I know I'm closing in on the Jefferson Park. I might even be in it type area, and then eventually into the Mount Hood wilderness. So I'm hoping once I get to the Mount Hood area, some tree cover, and then I know when I hit the Mount Hood wilderness sign, it's all downhill to Wally Lake from there. And I don't know, the plan was there, but if I come up 5 miles or 4 miles or 6 miles or something like that short and find a good campsite, I might just do that and go in early in the morning. The store opens at 7. I don't know what they have as far as coffee or chocolate milk or any of that kind of stuff. I'm sure they have something. And hit there and hang out there and charge up batteries and do a short day out maybe tomorrow if I can't make it there all the way tonight. I mean, I'll still shoot for it, but this uphill and exposed is taking it out of me, and it's only getting hotter, and I don't want to push and not take the breaks that I need to be taking. If it evens out or gets tree cover or starts going downhill, then I'm good. But I don't know how much longer this goes on. So only one way to find out. Somebody's glove. Cool little bridge. I assume it's white from the sediment coming off the glacier. The other one had that whitish tinge to it here. Should be getting a good view. Backside of Jefferson here. Yeah. Clouds in the sun are pretty gnarly, but oh, not me. Picture. There we go. I swear they moved those buttons, the reverse and then the picture, what used to be in different spots. Okay. So the burn section is ended for now, which is awesome. A lot more shade, just past my, well, technically my first hiking of the day. I passed a bunch, like 2 miles away from camp. Camped down the hill with a good view of Jefferson. Bunch of good campsites there too. So no, yeah, past my first hiker. Warned him about the river crossing. I said, be careful, take your time, and go upstream. That's where I crossed. He had trekking poles, but he was also a little bit bigger guy, older, so it's worrisome. Yeah, and past another hiker. So he didn't look like he was going as far as the first guy, so hopefully if they're doing the water crossing, they take their time and they're safe, because it's scary. Of course, I jinxed that about the uphill. So Wally Lake is still like 13. Oh, it feels pretty daunting right now. But I'm at the halfway point, but it's already won something. So still another 3 miles. So I hit the Mount Hood Wilderness. And then it's supposed to be all downhill from there. So depending on cover and how quickly, I'll keep an eye on the time and how I'm feeling. Feeling good, and the time's good, terrain's good, and the shade's good, and I'll just head all the way in. But if not, there's like a campsite. Woo! That is legit. I tell you, video and pictures just don't do any of it justice. So much flowing water up here, it's awesome. I don't need it, of course, now, but I just love the sound of it, and everything. It's got a crisper green to it, which also means shade, which is nice. Well, up in the burn section, there was 3 good streams in the burn section, which you barely ever see. It also had warning signs for flash floods and flash flood debris fields. So always that. So much climbing today, but there it is, first view of Mount Hood. And on this side, look at Jefferson. I think this side is even more beautiful than the other. So much climbing today, though. Elevation gain has just been insane. Down to the bottom at every stream and then back up the other side. But soon now. Should be the Mount Hood wilderness sign, which for the time being means all downhill, at least for the rest of my day today. A good section, I think, of tomorrow too. So, wow. Look at that. We're up here and been doing all this climbing. It's super hard to believe that Thielsen, or that spot just after Thielsen, is the high point. Okay, I don't know what you could see in that last video or how well you can see it. My heart is just racing. Came around the corner up there, there's all that shale rock. Just walked along, just started on it, walked along trying to be careful with my footsteps, because that stuff just slides like crazy. And suddenly I hear a big movement underneath, on the edge of the rock. It's like I kicked the rock loose or something. And it was causing more to fall, and then it sounded farther down, and I was like, maybe there's some deer down there, so I stop and look. I look up, lean over the edge, and there's a freaking baby black bear, I assume, baby black bear, taking off down the rock, and my heart just starts racing, like, where's the mom? Little tiny baby, which I thought was way too late in the year for that. So I'm like frozen there up on the edge, looking. Is it still up here? Is she in front of me? Because I'm approaching like a corner in the shale rock. Is she just around the corner? So I don't want to move, thinking that she is around the corner. She's going to come down after the baby and not keep coming towards me. So I just freeze there, watch the baby go down at the end of the rock. Then there's like a dip where there's like a stream or something, or was. And then up the other side's all grass. So the baby gets the other grass side, and then in from the side, way down on the grass, comes a mama bear. Whew. So a little bit of relief, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, I know they're aggressive about protecting their babies, but would she come back? If I wasn't near the baby's way off on the other side. Would she come back up towards me? I don't think so. It's like, do I purposely make noise at that point to scare them off further? Just let them keep going the way they're going? Because I wouldn't want to make noise and draw her attention and be like, suddenly she feels all protective. Sorry about the sun. It's a bad angle, but I had to let everyone know what was going on. So once they were at a safe distance down the hill and moving away, I didn't make any noise. didn't know if that would be best or not. Then I pulled out the camera. I think I got footage. It was kind of hard to tell. Hard to pick them up on camera. But the baby doesn't stay close. Like, veers off from the mom. So it looked like they were headed away. And also not towards the trail behind me. Because I was a little worried about, there's a couple hikers behind me. Or at least one guy behind me. So it didn't look like they're headed back towards the trail or in the direction I'm going. But once we're over that ridge, who the frick knows which way they're gonna go. That baby was just all over the place, back and forth. So, did not expect that. It was terrifying there for a minute just seeing the baby. I was like, dear Lord, that mom could be anywhere. But then when I saw the baby, none of them were looking my way. They're moving away down the hill and in a different direction than the trail, because I always worry, like, what if they were headed towards where I'm walking? Do I keep going? Do I set up camp in a place where I just saw a bear? I think that doesn't seem very smart. Yeah, so glad they weren't visually, from what I saw, in the direction the trail was headed, moving in my direction. So it was cool to see them, but it was not cool at first, just seeing that baby. So the heart has finally settled down a little bit. I was going to check here in a minute on the map. I've been making great time on the downhill. I'm going as fast as I can. See if it's possible to get in there and get a Dr. Pepper or something before they close, but I think too many breaks. I took a lot of breaks on the uphill today just because it was just sucking it out of me, which is a smart thing to do. I'd rather have done that and not make the miles. Like I said, it was kind of a rough goal for this morning. I was looking at a place, Cigar Lake, I think. It's got like 5-10 sites, clear water according to gut hooks, and 2 miles out from Hawaii in the morning, which opens at 7. So get up my normal time, an easy 2 miles, not this, it's an easy 10 into town, which feels never ending. An easy 2 miles, so in less than an hour or an hour at most, mostly downhill. Should be there. Hopefully they got a selection of breakfast stuff, donuts and chocolate milk, preferably, would be nice. And then I'll hang out there in the morning for a good amount of time and let my got one battery bank to charge, but it was one that was having a hard time taking a charge before, so we'll see if it can, how long it takes. I'm not gonna wait there all day. And then I figure if I head out 9:30, 10:30 maybe at the absolute latest. I don't plan on going super far tomorrow. I think from Hawaii to Timberline is like 50. So 2 long days is 225s. I don't want to do 225s. So whatever I do tomorrow comes off those 25s. So if I can do 10 outside, that makes 220s. If I can do 14, makes 2 18s. If I can do 16, so makes it for easier days. And my thought was if I can do somewhere in the teens tomorrow, even with the stop, then the next day push really hard, do a 20 plus if I can, if terrain allows, and give me a short day up to Timberline for 2 reasons. One, I've heard it's quite a climb and real sandy the last little bit, or so many miles up to Timberline, so that make that shorter. And also if I can get in time to get lunch or dinner. I know they have a breakfast buffet, but I don't know if they have lunch or dinner buffet, but I know they at least have lunch or dinner. So at least get dinner there, camp somewhere really near. I think there's some campsites real close to Timberline. And then plan on hitting the breakfast the next morning, because I got like a world famous breakfast buffet And it's kind of the same situation out of Mount Hood, where I think it's about 50 miles to Cascade Locks. So if I can have the breakfast Timberline and make a good 10 after that, or 12 or 14, basically the same situation, then it makes each equivalent day shorter. So then I would do the same thing, push for a long the second day after Timberline. Gives me a short day into Cascade Locks. So it looks like that could be possibly Wednesday into Cascade Locks, and I can't get a ride. My wife's not going to be able to pick me up until Thursday at the earliest, or Friday, so I'll see what works for her. But I could always get into Cascade Locks early, get a hotel, get washed up, food, and all that, so when she picks me up, I'm not rank and stinky. And that way, all I have to do is walk the Bridge of the Gods, so she could even park on the other side. Yeah, sorry about the sun. So I could even have her just park on the other side, and all I have to do is finish up, walk the Bridge of the Gods, load up, and drive home. So it's a long drive both ways for her, but I could drive the second half home, and it would give me time to kind of rest up. So if I had a day or two at a hotel in Cascade Locks with no miles, then by the time I get home, I'm not spending the first day or two just completely dead and can't do anything. So that'd be nice, just to have a bed and shower and all that stuff. So that's the rough plan. I'm gonna look at gut hooks and see if getting into the resort by 7:30. First I gotta check and make sure it's 7:30, not 7. They're open till, and see if that's at all doable. I assume now with the bear incident and filming, probably not. Probably wasn't already. But that's okay. 2 miles out in the morning is not bad at all. And so far I've had signal, so I might have signal tonight too. So I'm fine with that. Plus I've heard that camping around the lake is difficult, so if I went in at 7:30, got something to drink, I'd still have to hike out. Probably be close to dark by the time I came out and found a site, because I hear all the sites near get taken really fast. So I'd have to hike a ways in the night to find a site, so it might just work out for the better anyway, if I don't head in tonight. So anyway, heart rate is settled. Crazy to see a bear. I was getting to the end thinking I was not going to see a bear the whole time. So, baby bear, mama bear, tons of deer. I feel like let's leave it at that. Let's keep mountain lion completely off the list. I don't need to see one. The zoo is fine with me. Nowhere in the wild. Okey-doke.